The story begins in 1926 California. A young man named Manny Torres is driving a truck with a large elephant inside. He is taking up a steep dirt road toward a mansion in the Hollywood Hills. The road is rough, and the truck struggles to climb. Manny pushes and pulls with all his strength to get it moving again. Workers nearby help, but it's not easy. The elephant trumpets loudly as it rocks inside the truck. After a long effort, they finally make it to the top. At the mansion, Manny and the crew bring the elephant into the house as part of the entertainment for the night. As the sun sets, the party starts. A live band plays fast jazz music. People fill the dance floor, sweating, shouting, and drinking. The camera moves through the rooms, showing people kissing, dancing, and using drugs. Dancers perform dangerous tricks. Acrobats spin in the air, and waiters carry endless trays of drinks. One performer walks the elephant through the crowd as guests cheer. In the middle of this chaos, a young woman named Nellie Leroy arrives. She's not invited but walks in with confidence. She meets Manny, who is standing by the bar, looking overwhelmed. Nellie tells him she is meant to be a star. Manny is drawn to her energy and excitement. She jumps onto the dance floor and starts dancing wildly. People notice her immediately. She does splits, kicks her legs, and spins with complete freedom. The crowd claps and cheers. Upstairs in a private room, silent film star Jack Conrad is drinking with friends. He's dressed sharply but already very drunk. His wife bursts in, yelling at him about his behavior. They argue loudly. She storms out, announcing she's leaving him. Jack just pours himself another drink and smiles. Back downstairs, Nellie's dancing gets more attention. The music gets faster and the room grows hotter. People start shouting her name even though they just met her. Manny watches from the side, fascinated. The next morning, Jack is on set filming a massive war movie. The location is a wide, dusty field filled with hundreds of extras dressed as soldiers. Horses charge across the field. Explosions go off, and actors pretend to fight and die. Manny is working as an assistant, carrying heavy camera equipment, running messages, and making sure props are in place. It's hot, sweaty, and dangerous. The noise is deafening. Jack arrives late, clearly hungover. But once the cameras roll, he transforms into a confident hero. He delivers his lines silently for the camera, gestures dramatically, and rides into battle on a horse. Extras fall around him in carefully timed stunts. Between takes, the crew shouts orders, and people run in all directions. Manny keeps moving, handing out water, finding costumes, and making sure everything runs smoothly. Meanwhile, Nellie has her first day on a different movie set. She's nervous but hides it. In her scene, she has to cry on command. The director doubts she can do it, but when the camera starts rolling, she bursts into tears instantly, her face trembling. The director is stunned. He makes her repeat it several times, and she nails it each time. The crew starts whispering about her talent. Later, Jack meets Manny in a quieter setting. They sit together, drinking, and talk about the future of movies. Jack says cinema is magic and can outlast the people who make it. Manny listens closely, inspired. Over the next months, Nellie's fame grows quickly. She appears in several silent films and becomes a well-known name. She attends parties every night, drinking heavily and gambling large amounts of money. Manny works closely with Jack, arranging transportation, setting up meetings, and handling problems. He watches both Jack and Nellie become bigger stars. One day on set, disaster strikes when the main cameraman collapses from the heat and dies. Everyone is shocked, but filming doesn't stop for long. Another cameraman is brought in immediately, and the scene continues. Manny realizes how dangerous this industry is. A few years later, the first sound films appear. At first, people are amazed, but the technology creates problems. On set, microphones have to be placed in exact spots, and actors must stay near them. Nellie struggles badly with this. She speaks too loudly, moves too much, and ruins takes. The crew yells at her to stay still, but she gets frustrated and shouts back. Filming becomes stressful and slow. Jack also feels the impact. His style doesn't fit sound films, and his movies make less money. Younger stars take the spotlight. At a dinner party, a journalist bluntly tells Jack that his career is fading. Jack smiles politely, but the words stick in his mind. Manny, now a studio executive, tries to save Nellie's career. He hires a voice coach for her and sets up controlled environments for filming, but she resists change. She says she wants to be herself, not a careful version for microphones. Manny begins to realize she might not survive in this new era. Then the Great Depression hits. Movie budgets shrink and the glamorous lifestyle disappears. Parties are smaller and people are more cautious with money. Nellie's debts grow and her gambling gets worse. She gets into fights at public events and the press turns against her. One night, Manny drives Nellie to meet a man named James McKay to settle her debts. They arrive at a strange underground club where disturbing and extreme performances take place. The crowd is strange and unpredictable. James is polite but unsettling, smiling in a way that feels threatening. Manny hands over a bag of money, and James lets them leave, but the whole encounter feels dangerous. Jack's career keeps declining. He takes smaller roles that don't suit him. On the street, fewer people recognize him. In a quiet moment with a reporter, he asks if his work will be remembered. She tells him yes, that the movies will live on even if people forget his name. Jack accepts this silently. Later, at home, he takes a gun and ends his life. Nellie's situation worsens. Manny begs her to leave Hollywood with him. He promises they can start over somewhere far away. She agrees at first. They pack a car and plan to drive out of town. But before they can leave, Nellie disappears. Manny searches but can't find her. He later hears that she walked into the night alone and was never seen again. Years pass. Manny leaves the film business. He moves on with his life, gets married, and has children. In 1952, he returns to Los Angeles for a visit. He walks through the city, which has changed completely. He stops at a cinema showing Singing in the Rain, a musical about the transition from silent films to sound. Sitting in the dark, Manny watches scenes that remind him of everything he lived through. The wild parties, the chaos of early sets, the people he loved and lost. As the movie plays, his eyes fill with tears. He smiles, remembering the excitement and passion of those years. Even though they were filled with heartbreak, the film ends with a long montage of cinema history, blending real movie clips with flashes of Nellie, Jack, and other characters from his past. The screen glows with images that feel both joyful and sad, showing that movies capture life in all its beauty and pain. Manny watches until the lights come up. He walks out into the street, the sound of the music still in his head, carrying all those memories with him. Thanks for watching. Hope you liked the recap.